Hi everyone, I was having a play, as can be seen by Willie and Dirty Fingers, with some mixed media, and I thought it might be fun if we had a bit of a play along. I'm really into mixed media at the moment, and so I've got my own sort of personal journal. I normally use it as like a scrapbook type thing, you know, sort of family pictures, etc, etc. And I thought, let's do some mixed media in it. That's my own, it's what I'm really sort of getting into. So what have I got? I've got journal, it's just got normal, it is heavyweight, that's like a normal sort of copy weight, but my pages I tend to make quite thick. So there are two ways of doing this, either straight into and onto the page as I'm going to do, or if you're not sure if your papers would hold up, do it onto a bit of paper cut to size and then glue it in after. So those are the alternatives, well, the alternatives as I see them. So I've decided to go straight ahead and just do it straight onto my journal. To keep it, oh, I get messy. I get really messy when I'm working. So, that way around. I like to protect the pages underneath and the book because, oh boy, it can go everywhere. So, first of all, that was a little page I've just sort of got into as I've made the journal. So I'm just going to stick that down. Oops. I pinched the kids' fruit stick. So, right, first page. When I've been playing, I really like this textured paper. It's got like a kind of rough feel to it. Oh, perhaps that's a better. No. Oh, light's just going. Bear with me. Right. Sunshine suddenly disappeared on that one. Yeah, this is out of a designer pad, and it's woven, I think. Woven paper. Is that what they call it? I should know. I used to make mini albums galore with this stuff. So I'm just gonna layer up some pieces. I quite like that. I have got an absolute drawer full of Mod Podge. But I don't know why, I just can't seem to get on with that stuff very well. I use it for decoupage sometimes, if I'm running short of my other one. Decoupage is the other glue that my glue of choice for wet glues. Apart from, oh god blimey, that's really old bottle, art glitter adhesive. That's the one I would use for my all my laces and general day-to-day stuff. Right, what else have we got? I did actually tear out a load of papers. This is a graphic 45 pad that I've had since it first came out, and I've never used it. It seems an awful waste. So I thought, okay, it'll add strength to the page. Yeah, quite like that one. What we got? Oh, a poem out of an Edith Holden. Is that stuck? Yeah, okay, leave that as it is. Maybe like that. That needs a bigger bit. The beauty of this is you can just play around with it. Oh, too dark. It's just building up a background of pages that you like, that colour coordinate perhaps. Although saying that, they really don't have to colour coordinate at all. This is the only problem with this Pritt stick. It doesn't seem to stick very well. Unless of course it's to my fingers, in which case then it's wonderful. Still on there. I thought I'd do 2 pages together because then I'm sort of only making a mess. I don't know, it just seems to work better for me doing it this way. What do we reckon? About there. Now I've seen a few ladies using tea bags. There's one lady that I come across, you probably all heard of it, Marami Small Art, Marami. I will put a link below. She's fantastic at this stuff. And this is where a lot of this inspiration comes from. She is just superb. I think we'll just go for that one. I'm really into texture at the moment. So this is a bit of lint off out of a first aid box. So that's a bit too big. That way perhaps. Like that. You can get so totally absorbed in this stuff doing this. That's quite good. See, Modge Podge. I wasn't sure whether or not these things actually have a use by date. Because I have to admit, I've probably had this in the cupboard. Ooh. 3 years? A good 3 years. And I think I've got every kind of different one going. So there's obviously the gloss, the matte, that one's the matte. I've got a silver shimmer, I've got an extreme sparkle. It's like, okay, and then I don't ever use them, which seems a lot of waste. So as part of my, right, that's it, I am going to use some of this stuff campaign. See, now this is why I have the paper underneath, because I am so messy. You get so into it and you think, oh no, ruined my book. I think that's probably my base done for the moment. So what I want to do, there it is. Whenever I paint on anything, I do actually like painting. I like art, although I use pastels rather than paints. Gesso. So we probably all got it in our cupboards somewhere. This is a clear one. It just stops everything from bleeding into one another. So you can go on now and paint on this to your heart's content. Now if you want a nice smooth texture, obviously you wouldn't do it as I'm doing it. You'd sort of very lightly go over the top. I'm quite into texture at the moment, so everything is raised or it's texture paste, which I have to say, the one I made myself, it's not white. Now, whether that's a problem because I'm looking at it as a problem, I don't know. It could be because I used cheap baby talc, in which case, if cheap baby talc turns out grey, what on earth is it doing to the baby? That's a scary thought. I'm going to have to go bite the bullet and get some expensive Johnson & Johnson powder, I think, and see what that's like. I don't know, this was some own brand. Tesco's own brand. Right. Sit there for a minute. Right, I'm going to go off and dry this. I'll be right back. Right, that's those. Yeah, they're mostly dry. A little bit tacky, but I'm too impatient to wait. Now, what I've learned, and been told off for not doing, is to add some white paint for highlights. Now, I've got a great big eye. It's just a basic white acrylic paint, and I can't get it out the pot. Well, not properly. Excuse me. And something else I learnt was the white paint to go where your joins are. So, but I like to get my fingers mucky. Now, the beauty of this is it makes you feel like a kid. Oops. I have been known to get a bit carried away. See? But this is so much fun. I'm going to have to try this with the kids, I think. Maybe out in the garden rather than at the kitchen table. What I like is I can always go back over with a bit more if I need to. I think I need... That's better. My fingers weren't working properly. That and the fact I think my paintbrush is a bit wetter, so put a bit, what do you reckon? A bit down there. I think that might do it for the moment. And this is why I end up scrubbing myself before I make tea. Decoration. If that's the base, as I see it, then it's time to add bits. I've grabbed some washi tape. This is one I bought. You know when you buy things and you think, ah, that looks brilliant. And you get it back and you think, oh my life, where on earth am I going to use that? I found a place in here. On stuff that you're going to cover up most of it. I still don't like it even when it's covered up. This is quite pretty. I don't know if this was Amazon or Tim Holtz. Where are we going? Maybe down here. I do actually really like this one. What I figured out is the base is there to be covered, so I don't feel bad about covering it. I have to admit, the first couple of times I tried this, I was actually quite scared. It was like, oh, whatever. So, you know when you make a junk journal and you think, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And then after a while, it's like, do you know what? It doesn't matter, I don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't like that. I think up there, I have got some of this as well, which I don't use very often. Life is a journey. And then I think if I grab some of this. Water bottle. I found this to be brilliant. And now you've gessoed your page, or if you gesso your page, then it works really, really well. And I think I'll have a bit up here, just so it tones it all in. Hides the joins. That's the words I'm looking for. There you go. Hides the joins. Andrea Allen, Artie May's lady, was the one that got me going on this. Come on, Zoe, you can do it. I'm like, oh, don't know. Oops. Wet page. That's better. Just needed some white on that just to cover it up a little. What I did discover was if I started putting a bit of water on, this is just normal vintage photo, and then I quite liked the effect. As I said, you can always go back over and put a bit of white on. I actually quite like that. If I put some water over there. Sponges. Who needs sponges? I found whenever I get one of these, whenever it starts to work right, it soaked up enough ink. The flipping thing has fallen apart. Oh well, there you go. Now, I think what I have started doing is decoupage. I think that's what it's called. Actually, I'm not sure which one goes where. Actually, I think those two. So if I just shift this out of the way for a moment. Now, I'm sure you all know this trick. So this is why I put too much water on and it doesn't work. Probably because I'm rushing. I can get quite carried away when I'm doing these things. Oh. We got most of the flour. And sticky fingers. Okay, now I've ruined that one, let's get rid of that. I think that is going to need a paler place. Get rid of that. This is a genius way of doing it. Whoever thought of doing this? I know I've seen various ladies doing it. Deli Girl is a lady that I've watched over and over again. Has tutorials for nearly everything. Oh, just trying to think of how many years ago. A couple of years ago, perhaps. I watched. No, okay, don't like that one. That's pretty good. Like that. Right, let's get rid of those. Awkward silences. It was like so busy watching where your paintbrush is going, you completely forget you're supposed to talk. Well, I have to say, so I will start talking about the weather, which for Britain is unusually good, and it's nearly summer. Mind you saying that, the kids finish school for summer holidays, the end of next, well, our kids finish the end of next week. So that generally means that it's going to be raining then thereafter. And find something else to go in the middle of that. So, grab another brush. I know I don't do this 100% right, because I'm not bothered if it's got the odd wrinkle. I know for some people that's like a complete no-no, but it's, for me it's, yes, I like that. And I respect everybody's way of doing things. I think the world would be a pretty sad place if we all had to do everything exactly the same. Well, for a start off, it wouldn't be worth watching YouTube, would it, if we all did everything the same? We should have 1,000,001 versions of the same thing. And then what fun would we have? That's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. I thought I'd add that before I get some sarky comments about it. This is such a fun way to spend an afternoon. Excuse me. Right, I've lost some of the definition down the bottom. I think perhaps I should put these on before I put the acrylic. This is just plain acrylic paint. Like I say, got too much, wipe a bit off. I think I'm just trying to leave an imprint. Ooh, there is something there, but I'm not sure what it is. So, go over it like that, I think. So, what am I going to do now? Okay, let's show you this homemade texture paste, I think. I have to say it's not brilliant. It's not the best I've bought. This is a Tim Holtz one. I think it's come. I've neglected it that much. I think it's coming towards the end of its useful life. So this is it. It's okay. I think perhaps I used the wrong glue. You're supposed to use, I don't know, it just said normal PVA glue. I didn't have normal PVA glue. So I used Eileen's tacky glue. Right. That I haven't done very well with. Let's see if we can do some down here. Yeah, that's better. When I don't rush, see, that comes out not too bad. Right, I must go and clean this off, otherwise it will set and then my stencil really will be no good. Right, back. Right, clean stencils, panic over. Not happy with the way that's looking. So it just seems like it's not joined to the rest of the page. So just going to add a bit of white to the edge. I don't know, it just wasn't joined up. Ah, there we go. Just a lot thicker. You know, sometimes you just look at something and you think, that's just not right. That's better. While we're at it, that needs. There we go. That's better. Now it looks like it belongs. Constantly cleaning my fingers. This is a wet wipe. And sometimes you can use a wet wipe just to move acrylic paint around. I'm happy with that side. Now, let's see what else we can put on. Right, what I wanted to do was add a bit more. Now the background's virtually there. I've got my little tag folder. Oops. I think yeah, like that. Put a bit of glue on this. Good old Pritt stick, which I have to say, in this heat, is actually starting to melt. What do we think? I think about there, because no, maybe more there. That's it. This is too dark. I'm not happy with that at the moment. It doesn't want to stick on that bit. Yeah, that'll do. Look at this. Isn't it wonderful? And then make it join together. Yep. So I think I was going to do some printing on it, and then I thought, seeing as I'm really into my texture at the moment, and because I want to use up this paste. I'm not a very good advert for homemade paste, am I? Let's see if I can. I think what it is I like the really thick ones. Perhaps I need to add more talc to it just to try and thicken it up a bit. That might do the job, I suppose. Hey! Maybe some on this side. It won't. I don't think it will be much good on there. Let's give it a go. That's what I love about working in my own book. If I get it wrong, it's my fault. And nobody's going to see it apart from you lovely people that are watching at the moment. And then you can all go, ha ha, told you. Yeah, I didn't hold it properly over there. Do you know what? I don't mind. That will do me. Right, I'm just going to clean my stuff off and I'll be right back. Right, everything washed off. While I was cleaning up, I suddenly thought, you know, that's just missing something. I'll work out what. So I've raided my ephemera tags, and I'm thinking it just too pale. So what? That bit. I like that one. Let's use a bit of proper glue now. I've got so much gunk on the page. That Pritt stick's alright, but I find it just doesn't grip when I've got tons of stuff on there. Honestly, bear with me, it will be alright. Because by the time we just added everything together, because once you take colour out, you can always put it back in, unless it's a particular favourite and you're not keen on the idea. Me, I always look at it and think, oh, didn't quite work. Okay, let's try something different next time. Oh, what's the tissue? Baby wipes. That's better. I don't know, it just gives a bit of completeness to the core. Right, let's get rid of those. I want to add some, as I was saying, add a bit of colour. And first of all, I'm going to make this bit a bit darker. I'm liking that. And they call this blending. That's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. Let's do this side. Oh, if it's so much blending as a bit of contrast. There's a bit wet wipe. See, wet wipes, not just for kids. I need to put some more. Since I've made a bit of a mess of the top of that tag. Let's see. Ooh, that's got a kind of silvery colour. I'm liking that. Sorry. I'm thinking you must be quite bored of that. And there's... oh, I don't know what that is. A bit of texture I hadn't banked on. Right, I have got myself some wonderful colour paints. I think they're paints. What are they called? Yeah, metallic acrylic paints by Art Alchemy. Oh, look at those. I'm in love with paints. So we have Plum Preserve. What's that one? Metallic green olive. Green gold. And this has to be my favourites. Emerald green. They are brilliant. I've been having to play with these last night. I turned up at Sea Cadets with our eldest young lady with hands covered in blue paint. They just look, they're given up. No, they just know I'm a bit weird. And I just love This is what I was doing last night, and it was like so addictive. It was like, oh my goodness. Put that one back on. If it moved, it got painted last night. And if you think, and that's what I love, I can just sort of take a bit off when it's still damp. It is water-based, although when it dries, it's permanent, as I found out. A lot of scrubbing later. Oh, I'm liking that colour. I'm not sure if you're supposed to keep these bits on or not. I do, but I'm not sure if it's essential. How about finger painting for adults? How cool is that? It would probably be better with a paintbrush, but then it wouldn't be as much fun. And at the end of the day, that's what it's supposed to be. Fun. If it isn't fun, there's no point in doing it. Yeah, I'm liking that. Right, so before I spill it everywhere, I thought I might try this colour. Haven't tried this one. Love the blue, love the plum. Okay, let's try metallic green olive. Whoa, blimey. Okay, maybe I'll try it on a bit of paper first. Yeah, that's definitely like an olive drab. You're not going to miss that in a hurry. Okay, let's spread out the ones I've already put in. Oh, I don't know, that doesn't look too bad. Maybe I will give it a go. I think no. I might use a paintbrush for this one. I get an idea. It might not come off quite so easy. There we go. Let's try it up here. Oh, that's strange. It's going on green and then drying with a kind of browny tint. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's finish off this bottom corner. So let's face it, you can always go back over it with white acrylic paint if it's not quite what you imagined. Let's get rid of some of that. Clean tissue. Okay, let's try that colour. As you can see, I haven't... Ooh. Try it over the top, I think. Tone that down a bit. Oh, that's better. Just a bit too dark. Oh, no, that's pretty. So, Art Alchemy acrylic paint, Opal Magic. I don't know if I would say it was magic. It is very, very pretty. Right. Yeah, okay. I can see defeat. It was easier with a paintbrush. And it would be even easier if I put the stencil back on the top. But seeing as I've already cleaned my stencils, let's go for a bit of freehand. Wow, that really has brought it up some. Blimey. Okay, before I get carried away with metallic paints. The other thing I've been seeing people do, which I thought was genius, and I hadn't even thought of it. Certainly when I cut things out to make things, I distress around the edges. You know, get your Tim Holtz, you get your makeup sponge or whatever you're using, and you distress around the edges. What I'd never thought of doing was distressing around a collage page. And these are pastel pencils. This is a Stabilo one, but it's a pastel pencil, and it does exactly the same thing. I used to paint, let's find a colour. I used to paint or do, oh, that's a better one. What's that? A Derwent pastel. I used to do a lot of pastel paintings, pet portraits, and so on and so forth. And then it came to the time when my own 2 dogs were no longer with us and I couldn't do it anymore. So I've got a few pictures dotted around, but nothing major. These have been stuck on top of the cupboard for 3 whole years. And it's like, I watched this lady do it and I thought, oh my life, of course. And it just gives depth to your collage. I was so impressed with what she was doing. It just brings the whole page then to life. Wow, see, just makes them pop. It's almost like adding a shadow effect in Photoshop, except you're doing it with a pastel pencil. And it's like, wow, liking this. Now the other thing I used is I've got these aquarelle brush. I don't know. I'm in 2 minds about these things. As I said, I have a lot of stuff that I've never really played with. So I'm figuring really I should wet that. No. Although it gives a bit of a... Oh, that's better. So if I wet it first and then go over it with this. I suppose what I've learned is don't be afraid of your art supplies. I know if... No, honestly, that doesn't work. I don't like that. Don't like it. Let's rub it out. I don't know if people in the States get that. I don't like it. Sorry. It made me laugh. Okay, so is that the same one? Slightly darker, I think. I have got a black one down there somewhere. Oh, Derwent pastel, another. See if this works on wet. May or may not. Of course it does. you know, it's quite addictive, this is. You start doing it and you think, oh, well, that's good. And you think, okay, I've got to stop. Maybe not just yet. I just hope that I have to admit, every time I do one of these, I learn something new. Or I'll do something and I'll think, or I'll see something and I'll give it a go, and then you always find your own way of doing things. But, you know, I love Facebook because it encourages everybody just to have a go. I know for me, it's like these things I haven't picked up since I lost my own dogs 3 years ago. And it's like, blimey. And then you're hoping and praying you haven't given them away in a fit of temper one day. Which I have been known to do. Right, they need, just to finish off, there's a tutorial for this somewhere, I think. Just a bit of something to go on there. Bit boring. What do you think? Actually, that one could go on there. And then we need something, I think, a bit more dramatic with all the green going on there. What we get? Ooh. Well, apart from that, oh, I quite like that. And this one I did earlier. Too big. I suppose we could have an animal. Quite like words. What we got? Create art and happiness. Don't need reality at the moment. That's why I create art and I'm happy. How's that? Right, I'll fussy cut this out and then I'll be right back. Right, so I've fussy cut, well, the one butterfly anyway, and a couple of words. These are the ones I did with that foiling tutorial. I've got a new toy and I'm going to play with it. I've just mounted them on a bit of foam pants. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going to put them. I think one up there. I quite like that one. Clipping the edge of that. Now for these, I thought, ooh, a bit of dimension perhaps. So just a bit of that gauze lint. Actually, it is gauze. It's out of, like I say, out of first aid box. So reach over and grab my hot glue gun. I have a new hot glue gun and I'm still getting used to it. It's hot. Oh boy. I mean, I know. What do we think? I actually quite like it like that. Okay. Think about there. Scrunch that up a bit. That's why I hate my glue guns. And yep, like that. Scrunch that up a bit. And then my nails are pretty good when they're not full of acrylic paint. I think. What's going on about there? And I haven't distressed that because I quite like the starkness of the white against that. This one I'm not happy with, I don't like that. But do you know what? It will stay there to remind me not to do it again. I'm going to put a load on this because I want it to stand proud. I wanted it about there. Oh, no, I don't want it the same way as that one. Maybe there then. There we go. Opposite ends. And those I think I'm going to leave. Maybe just fray them a bit. Maybe if I hadn't put quite so much glue on, it would be dry, but it's not. So there we go. I wanted him upright. And a little bee. So there, oh, I forgot my words. I don't know it all. In fact, I know very little about these. I know what I like and I know what I enjoy doing. And perhaps that's the more important thing. There we go. Up here, I think. I'm just saying that. I'll just stand out against that purple. So there we go. If anything, if nothing else, perhaps it's giving you some ideas for some different glue, paints or pastel pencils that you may have hanging around. I have to admit, I did get the white. I have been playing with the white and I thought, ooh, look at that. I can colour it out. But I still think paint would be better. But yeah, I mean, you can really go to town with these pencils. I found some chalk markers that were the last time that I ever did a craft fair. That was a disaster. People around here just had no concept of what, so this one seems to be drying out, of what journals were. I liked them. In the end, I ended up putting a thing on there, a little card explaining what they were. And people were like, no, really? Okay, chalk marker don't work. There we go. Let's get rid of that. So, 2 pages that perhaps give you some ideas for your own journal. These are so much fun to make. All right, you end up with more. I end up with more, more stuff on me than on the page sometimes. But oh boy, it's fun. It makes you forget. If you don't want to remember, it certainly makes you forget. I will put a link to the lady that so inspired me, Marin Small Art. I should imagine loads of you already know about it, but I will put a link below. Thanks very much for watching. Take care now. Bye.